Cushman, the legend in the plans. Please listen every day to the showcase. The opinions and knowledge that anyone can take. Showing you how it is done. Proving I am number one. What a legend becomes. This is now my time to show you that I am here. This podcast just to make it loud and clear. By the fans, for the fans. Not many whose head can understand everything pro wrestling. It can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes.
This is MLW referee Doug Markham, and you're listening to Everything Pro Wrestling with Karrion Cushman.
Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Karrion Cushman, and we are here today with some preview and predictions for NXT Takeover in your house. If you guys could, do me a favor, make sure you guys hit that like button for me on the video. Helps more people see the video and lets people know that we're talking some NXT, man, one of the better brands going on right now. So make sure you guys hit that like button for me. Also, if you're in the chat box, make sure you guys are talking it up. I want to hear what you guys think of the show. Give me some of your thoughts on the card. Don't be shy. Whatever, we're going to just go through the entire card, run it down. Give me your thoughts. How's the build been to everything? It's greatly appreciated, and you guys know that you are the best, so thank you guys so much for that. And Ace, appreciate you, bro. See you in here. Yeah, come on in, man. Let's talk the show. Let's see what all the fuss is about for NXT. Connor, Original Biggie, what's going on, guys? Happy to have you guys in here just talking some pro wrestling with me. Yeah, it's gonna be good. NXT Takeover in your house. This show right now, in my opinion, it's got me kind of in the nostalgia mood. A lot of you guys may not know what In Your House originally came from. So back in the day with pro wrestling, the pay-per-views were all set up every couple months, similar to how AEW's is right now. We had the Royal Rumble in January. You had WrestleMania March, April time, around Easter. Then you had to wait for either King of the Ring in June, which came later. And then we had SummerSlam in August, and then you had to wait till November for Survivor Series, which kicked everything off. And everything was going in cycles. Different things would go on at each show. You'd build to the event. Sometimes a feud would lead to a bigger feud or whatever. That was the build. In Your House came about around the time of 1995. I believe WCW had started to expand their pay-per-views. They started doing them every month, and WWE was falling behind, and they said, well, what could we do? Instead of offering 3-hour pay-per-views, they said, why don't we offer 2-hour pay-per-views and charge a cheaper price for them? I believe it started at around 15 or 20 bucks at the time, and In Your House was it. 2-hour pay-per-view, get yourself a couple title matches on there, put some good matches on, and you've got yourself some more revenue coming in your pocket as a company. Interesting, right? So that is the concept of In Your House. Now, NXT Takeover. We haven't seen a bad one of those shows yet. NXT has always delivered on the big stage, and I'm happy for that. I absolutely enjoy that about the brand. Weekly television, is it always the greatest? No, it's not. But NXT knows how to build to the big matches to tell a story. And that's the beauty of it. That's what I care about the most. And NXT TakeOver has yet to disappoint me. Now we're going to get the nostalgia of In Your House brought back. Number one, if you guys have never seen the old school pay-per-view stage for this, you have to have the setup where Shawn Michaels came swinging from the top of the house down and landed and was dancing around or whatever. You got to have that house for the entrance ramp. You have to. Right? Am I like crazy thinking this? You have to have that in there. It's just not right if it's not in there. The nostalgia feel has to be there for this. Have Ty Pettingale pop up, whatever you need to do. But this show has the nostalgia feel, but I still want that NXT TakeOver action and feeling too. And I think we're going to get that from this show. live chat, tell me what match you guys are most looking forward to right now when it comes to this setup for this show, because the card is never really too big for NXT. We know that the shows have been going a little bit shorter since the pandemic started, and it's going to bring up a lot of different things. Now, if you look in the description box, we have everything all set up in there for you. So this event's taking place on June 7th. That is going to be happening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6:30 for the pre-show. It's going to be happening at Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida. Available on the WWE Network. First month is free for new subscribers. And they're also offering a free version of the network if anybody has not checked it out yet. Download the WWE app and you can check out the network for free. Look at some old Raws, whatever you want to do, man. Well worth it, I think, for $9.99 a month. We've got ourselves some big matchups here to talk about and get into. But before we do that, today's podcast is sponsored by Manscaped. And you guys can go to manscaped.com and get the Lawnmower 3.0 right now. This thing is going to make a tremendous Father's Day gift for somebody. This is the tool for your family jewels. Manscaped, it will help guys trim the bushes, make the trees look taller. It will be your companion. You will need this before you go out on dates, anywhere you go, fellas. So make sure that you guys get this. Also with Manscaped, you guys are going to want to check out some of the other products that they offer. They have the Crop Mop, as you guys can see right here. They have plenty of offerings. They have the Crop Cleanser, the Foot Duster, the Refined Cologne, and the Plow 2.0. Many different things that you can get that'll suit your fancy. Even with that, we have some different things here. We have the ball deodorant. Fellas, got to make sure that those things are all taken care of, smelling right. Want to make sure that you are on your best behavior when it comes to that. And we also have the Reviver here, the Crop Reviver. You know where that goes. And ladies, you guys can use this too. I'm telling you, got great action, great handle. It gets the job done. So what are you guys waiting for? Go to manscaped.com. Use the promo code EPWShow to get 20% off and free delivery. Check it out. It's well worth it. Once again, manscaped.com, promo code EPWShow. And if you guys like pro wrestling, go to powerslam.tv. Everything Pro Wrestling's got the hookup for that too. Use the same promo code EPWShow and you guys will get 1 month of independent pro wrestling for free on me. You guys can check out some of your favorite superstars, some of your favorite indies around the world. So make sure you guys go to powerslam.tv. Check it out. All that stuff's in the description box too below if you guys forget it, if you need any of it. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. Subscribe, man. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are enjoying this. We got some cool pop-ups that come across the screen and stuff if you guys do that. Let's see here. B-Boy Skyline has joined us. What is going on? Rob's in the house as well. What's good, Rob? Richard Murphy, he said that I think Cole versus Dream will be great, but I think the value of the match has been taken away due to the allegations of Dream. What do you think? As far as the allegations towards the Velveteen Dream, I'm the longer and longer they go, the less and less I believe in them. As terrible as that may sound, I just feel like these guys didn't tell the full truth on the Velveteen Dream. Where's all this proof? What happened with everything? And I did see some rumored screenshots that ruined their credibility a little bit. It's a wait and see approach, I think, with it. Velveteen Dream hasn't given me a reason to doubt him before. These allegations are serious, though, at the same time. But if you ask my professional opinion of where we're at with it, I don't think it's true. Let's see here. B-Boy Skyline is looking forward to Adam Cole Velveteen Dream. Truly, the Ace says it's the triple threat match for him. Okay, all right. So people got a lot of different things going on here. Rob, thank you for the emojis in the chat. Very appropriate. Figure it out what they're for Manscaped. Good gracious, everybody. Love it. And Richard, I've never seen you in here before, or at least if you have been, I can't remember when. Welcome, bro. Appreciate having you in here. Like I said, thank you for checking out the channel. giving it a look. But let us get into this matchup here. And unfortunately, my tablet just turned off. All right, let's start off with 6-person tag match that we have on the cards here. We've got Shotzi Blackheart, Tegan Nox, and Mia Yim versus the team of Raquel Gonzalez, Dakota Kai, and Candice LeRae. I've honestly been a little bit behind. I have not watched NXT yet this week. I know some of the results, but I have not watched it yet. So if I miss anything from the show, please update me, guys, in the chat. Shotzi Blackheart, I hope she's okay. I saw her take a terrible bump outside the ring where she did kind of like a coffin drop, and she just landed right on the back of her head. I thought she was hurt from the moment I saw that, but looks like she's okay to go. We got Tegan Nox in here. Good to see her. And Mia Yim. Mia Yim's got some beef with Candice LeRae right now, and we'll get into their husbands later on talking about this. But we've got ourselves a 6-woman tag here. Raquel Gonzalez, the muscle for Dakota Kai, as Dakota Kai has adopted a new attitude, and rightfully so. She was left off the War Games team intentionally, so of course she's going to be jealous. And Candice LeRae has also adapted a new attitude. Yeah, when it comes to this one, this is going to be a very interesting match here. I don't know how else you can change this up or put this off. The main question is, who are they trying to push right now? Real question. Who do they want? And to me, the push has to go to Candice LeRae right now, just from how it's looking to me. I love Mia Yim, but she already had a little recent push, so it can't be her. Tegan Nox, I know she's in a feud with Dakota Kai. I think you have to figure out a way to keep that going with Raquel Gonzalez, and I think Shotzi Blackheart's in here to assist with that. I think this match ends with Candice LeRae and the team coming in and getting the win here. So I'm going to say Candice LeRae, Raquel Gonzalez, and Dakota Kai pick up the victory over Tegan Nox, Mia Yim. Mia Yim and Candice LeRae have this beef going back ever since their husbands have been getting into it and they were getting into it. Like I said, Candice has this new attitude about they're the top people in NXT, and they have a goal right now for Candice to hold the NXT Women's Championship while Johnny Gargano holds the NXT Championship. Will they get there? Time will tell. But for now, I'm giving them the win in this one. Next up, we have Finn Balor taking on Damian Priest. The man Finn Balor. I don't know how you guys feel about where he has landed since he's been back down in NXT. I was really looking forward to that matchup with him and Walter, possibly at that Takeover show that they had coming up. That it got canceled, obviously, but a couple weeks back around Mania time, I really, really wanted to see that matchup, and it looks like they've kind of veered away from that for now. And Damian Priest has been the person attacking Finn Balor from behind. I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound weird, but I feel like Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano, we just talked about them turning heel and everything else, and Damian Priest fits in the same category. I don't know why, but to me it's feeling a little flat. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I just feel like things are not kicking up to where they need to be with this. Live chat, give me your thoughts. I mean, are you believing Finn Balor, Damian Priest? Just give me some quick little blurbs about some of these people here, and just are you believing in these guys right now? I feel like a lot of them are in this kind of like purgatory where we don't know where they're gonna go and what they're gonna do. Rob says he's looking forward to Keith Lee versus Johnny Failure. So mean. Derek, what's good? What's good, brother? Richard Murphy, thank you for the love from Scotland. I appreciate our brothers from across the pond. This is not Takeover related, but what is your opinion on the Drake Maverick storyline? Drake Maverick was in the Cruiserweight Classic, ended up making it to the finals, fell short, and I guess he was offered a contract yesterday on NXT. Like I said, I have not seen the full moment or anything yet, but I did see some stuff on Twitter. As far as Drake Maverick goes, I think Drake Maverick is a performer. Is he doing what he could be utilized to do best? No. Is he going to be utilized better after this? I would hope so. I think the best role for him is to be kind of that manager. I loved him in Impact Wrestling with EC3. I thought that was the duo to put together, but obviously Vince McMahon didn't think that with them. And as far as a bunch of these guys getting like released and brought back, I think that was kind of seen that it was going to happen. The question is, how happy are you with your spot in WWE to go back? Time will tell, right? Let's see here. Rob said, good for him for being rehired, but I hate the way this exploited the situation. I kind of feel the same way, Rob. Like, I'm happy Drake Maverick got hired, but at the same time, I don't know. You did it because a guy got fired and he was upset about it, and he went to social media to talk about it, so you took advantage. Rob said that Damian Priest is sort of directionless at the moment. I agree with that. Damian Priest is just in this purgatory, man. Honestly, looking at this, Finn Balor versus Damian Priest, I feel like Damian Priest needs the victory more here. He hasn't done anything of notice, though, Damian Priest. He needs the win, but at the same time, I think Finn Balor needs a victory, too, because Finn's just been cruising around. So for now, you know what? I'm going to go with what my heart first thought. I'm going to go with Damian Priest defeats Finn Balor in this matchup here. I feel like you could always give Finn the win back on television or in a tag match if you wanted to build him back up. But for now, Damian Priest gets the win, in my opinion, for this one. Truly Ace said Johnny Gargano is Triple Crown champion. Yes, he is. And Johnny Wrestling, one of my favorites in NXT. How could you be mad? And when you talk about Johnny Wrestling, though, Ace, we always have to bring up the name Tommaso Ciampa, and he is in the next match. Tommaso Ciampa versus Karrion Kross with Scarlett in his corner. Karrion Kross, it feels so weird to call him that. But that's the name he has now versus Tommaso Ciampa. I did not see any of the build-up for yesterday's show, so I don't know if I missed something happening in this. Chat, let me know. This is a pretty big moment for Karrion Kross, and I think Tommaso Ciampa is the right guy because he is he's kind of, him and Johnny Gargano are kind of like the heart of NXT, showing like, hey, if you work hard enough and you bust yourself, you could actually get an opportunity here. You just have to show them that you want it. Perfect people for that. But Tommaso Ciampa is not winning this match. I feel like Karrion Kross is the person that's getting the win here. When you see this this matchup and how it's put together, I just saw Road Dogg talking to Corey Graves on Twitter. It was kind of a little clip of their podcast. I don't listen to it ever, the WWE podcast, but Road Dogg sounded so sure that Karrion Kross would be a player. He talked about his height. He talked about his build. He talked about his entrance. He talked about having Scarlett with him. Karrion Kross has the tools to do this. He is a player that's going to happen. And you have to feel excitement for this guy, especially the way he was treated in Impact Wrestling. Karrion Kross is a big deal. And I think he's got the presence, he's got the look, he's got everything. He just has to play the politics right. He cannot make anybody upset. And that's the sad part of being in WWE. Such a big culture, and you got to do everything the right way. And it's got to play perfect here. I think he's getting the win over Tommaso Ciampa here in dominant fashion, too. I think Tommaso's going to put up a little bit of a fight, but I really feel like Karrion Kross is going to put him down and establish that he is a big deal and he is coming to take over, no pun intended, when it comes to this. Smart to Death is in the house. What is going on, Anthony? Good to have you in here, brother. He said, what's up, bro? I didn't even know there was a show this weekend. Yeah, man, Takeover is going to be a good one. Sunday at 7. So we'll see what happens. Anthony says he is not a Kross guy. Not a fan. But do you think he's getting the win here, though? Is the real question for a prediction. Ace says that it's Doomsday Karrion Kross. Okay. Connor said, don't you start trashing Impact now, Conrad. Listen, I'm going to trash Impact when they deserve it. Impact, I love their Knockouts division. Great division. But when they pull stuff like this with Karrion Kross and how they treated him, that was bad. Pulling all the wrestlers from the virtual basement game, that was bad. Why would you do that to somebody? Do you have a video game lined up for them to be in? I hope so. I don't know if this is a play to get more money. I don't know what they're doing here, but I was not happy with the way they tried to like insert themselves in that. Not a fan of some of the moves Impact makes when it comes to this stuff. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to hear their side of it, but from my vantage point, it looks bad. Derek, thank you for your lack of care for Impact Wrestling. Karrion Kross has to get the win here. Like I said, he's the guy that I see Vince and Bruce Pritchard and all the decision makers in WWE saying, hey, I'm interested in him. Let me see him. And you know how it goes in WWE. You have like the new toy look to you. Oh, there it is. That's the guy right there. Yeah, let's see what he can do. And if Vince gets tired of it, he throws you away just like a kid throws away his toys. He throws it behind him and he doesn't think about you again. He has to keep that presence with him. And he's got to be careful too with Scarlett Bordeaux being with him. Scarlett is someone who can really enhance the act or take away from it. Bad comparison, but Sable and Mark Merrow. Mark Merrow is a great wrestler. A lot of people don't give him enough credit. Excellent television champion in WCW. Someone who I think could have been a player if used properly. But when he brought Sable with him when he got to the WWF, Sable stole all the shine from him. And that could happen with these two as well. I hope not. I'd love to see them both succeed, but just something to be mindful of, that one could outshine the other in this situation. What's going on, Chris? Bean says, yeah, Kross had to win this one. I think if they want Kross, could be on Raw or SmackDown after a short time in NXT. He could be. He's a veteran, man. He doesn't... I don't know. NXT's really not a developmental anymore, but I just feel like they're going to scoop him up real quick and say, we want him. Connor says, I think Kross can be a player. He's got all the tools that Vince likes. Agree, bro. Agree. Just said the same thing. Mark Merrow was great. That TKO finisher was awesome. I love it, Obi-Wan. Thank you. NXT North America Championship. Let's talk about Keith Lee versus Johnny Gargano. Rob said Johnny failure earlier. You show some respect to Johnny Gargano. All right? Pure babyface, this guy. I don't believe in Johnny Gargano's heel shtick. I don't know what it is. He's just not coming off as somebody that I'm like, oh yeah, Johnny Gargano, he's really a bad guy, you know? To me, he's playing the role of a bad guy when I see him. And I feel the same with Candice. Candice is a babyface. Like, when I see them, I want to like them. I don't understand why the fans turned on them. Maybe it was them being in top spots for too long. But to me, Johnny Gargano is a natural babyface. Chat, I posed the same question to you. Gargano, is he a heel or a face to you guys? I mean, maybe he needs more time as a heel. He hasn't had a great amount, but to me, they've given him some special effects, and that's about it. I'm not feeling it when he's out there in person. And Keith Lee has done a heck of a job with the NXT North America Championship. Think about this. A year ago, I was complaining, like, why isn't Keith Lee on more shows? Why are we not getting to see Keith Lee on NXT television? They just weren't using him. And now we have Keith Lee at the apex. He holds the second biggest championship, in my opinion, for the singles male division in NXT. Keith Lee is a shining star. I think I could see him going up eventually, sooner rather than later. I think a lot of us wanted to see Keith Lee in that world title picture. He fell into the North American Championship. Cool with me. How does this one play out in some of your minds as well? Connor just said, this Gargano heel run reminds me of when they turned Miz face. Ooh, I hope that means you're not feeling it, because I did not like Miz as a babyface. Chris Zuba said, I like Johnny's heel swag better than Bailey's. Okay, fair point, Chris. Fair point. I'm hearing you on this. Johnny Gargano and Keith Lee. This is going to be a tale of Johnny Gargano's going to have to use his speed and technical ability versus Keith Lee's power, because Keith Lee, I think these two are going to do some great stuff, because Keith Lee has put on great matches with Dominik Dijakovic. You can go into whoever. Keith Lee has put on some banger of matches, and I think we can say the same thing for Johnny Gargano. Him and Tommaso Ciampa, 5-star match in New Orleans. Like, these guys have been doing great things. He had a great match with Ricochet for the North American Championship. He had a great match with Andrade. Johnny Gargano can do some good things as well. But can they have a good match with each other? The styles are different from the people that they've had great matches with. I'm thinking that this match steals the show. My opinion. But I think this match is going to steal the show here. Let's see here. Rob says, I personally would love to punch Gargano in the face, so he's an effective heel. Terrible. Johnny Gargano's the man. How dare you, Rob? Broken says, oh, dear goodness, about Vince and who he'll push. I can't repeat that right now. Truly the Ace said Johnny champion. So it looks like you're going with him for the victory. I think I want to. I could see it. Ooh, this is one of those ones I've been flipping back and forth in my mind now, because I could see Keith Lee getting the win here to establish him, but I feel like Gargano's heel persona, just like Candice LeRae, you have to establish this if they're going to really go after these championships. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Keith Lee gets the win here. I'm going to go against my heart. I'm going to say Keith Lee is the victor in this match. He defeats Johnny Gargano, leaving him lost to figure out what's going to happen for himself. What's going on, Malik? Good to have you in here. I'll be on Malik's channel today at 8 p.m. We are doing an NXT draft, actually. So this is kind of like me getting a little homework time in right before. So make sure you guys check out Narcolepsy Boy 94. Rob said Keith Lee retains as well. Richard Murphy says, once Matt Riddle goes to SmackDown, he will end up being called the Riddler, and he'll start to riddle every week because Vince loves ruining NXT wrestlers. Dear goodness, please no. Don't give him any bad ideas. If I see Matt Riddle dressed up in question marks, I'm going to be pissed. So it looks like a lot of the people are saying Keith Lee retained, so I'm not wrong in my thinking here. Ace, I think Ace is the only one who said Johnny champion, and Ace, honestly, that's what my heart says, but I'm just thinking differently with this one. I went the opposite route. Let's talk about the match Ace was most looking forward to, as he said earlier on the podcast. NXT Women's Championship. We are going to have Charlotte Flair, the current NXT Women's Champion, versus Io Shirai versus Rhea Ripley. This has the makings to be a classic triple threat match if played right. All three of these women are great. Charlotte Flair, Io Shirai, Rhea Ripley. Now, I've got a different theory in the back of my mind for who I'm going to predict to win this. So I hope you guys are strapped in for this different theory. But let's look at what happened. Rhea Ripley defended the NXT Women's Championship at WrestleMania 36 in the Performance Center against Charlotte. And Charlotte took advantage and figured out a way to lock on that figure eight and get the victory to become the NXT Women's Champion. Charlotte has been the most overexposed superstar on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. She's been everywhere. Wrestling Bayley, Asuka, and whatever. You could tell she is the main focus for the women's division in WWE, period. So who wins this matchup? I'm waiting for some people to put in their things here. Does Charlotte retain this? To me, they had a story here where it seemed like Charlotte was going to have it for a while, and Rhea Ripley's big story was, how does she get the title back? How do we do this? I think this match is going to tell the story of Rhea Ripley trying to scratch and claw to get the belt back, Io Shirai as kind of like the underdog, and Charlotte Flair as the established champion. And I think at one point we are going to see Rhea Ripley have Charlotte defeated in some way, shape, or form. She's got her knocked out. She's got the win. And Io Shirai comes in and steals it. Now, I'm saying this because Io Shirai, we've heard rumors about contracts. She may be leaving. She may go. I think that they're going to put the title on Io Shirai to keep her happy for now. And it doesn't have to be a long title reign. It could be a short one. Just to show her, hey, this is what you could have. Stick with us. We have good things for you. Let it just happen. So I think Io Shirai wins the NXT Women's Championship here. Charlotte Flair looks like she had lost to Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley gets her revenge. Charlotte's protected because she didn't get pinned by Rhea. And Rhea Ripley, then her new goal will be, how do I defeat Io Shirai to get an opportunity to win back my NXT Women's Championship? You can still tell the same stories. Let's see here. Oh, we got someone going back to Johnny Gargano here in the chat section. Richard Murphy says Gargano could win the NXT North American Championship and Keith could go on a challenge for the NXT title. You could. That was the first route I was thinking, but I'm thinking a little bit differently after. A said, remember when Johnny won the NXT North American Championship from Ricochet? Good point. Don't doubt he could become a two-time NXT North American champion. Broken says he's got Io winning this match. Connor says, I don't like Flair as champion, so my pick is Io. Truly the A says it's Io Shirai's time. Chris Zuba said, I want Io to win all the way. Derek, not some nice words for Charlotte. Io Shirai is who it looks like a lot of people want to win. I just don't want Charlotte to retain. Don't mind Rhea regaining the championship. Connor says, speaking of that, I would like to see her back in Stardom. JPQ enters the chat. Hashtag watch Stardom. Yeah, Io would be great in Stardom, but she's been there, done that. I want to see, let's elevate her. Let's see what she can do in a big scene. Let's see if Io can carry the brand and put on some great matches with some of these other excellent talents that they have in NXT. Let's see what she could do. I think Io winning would not hurt it at all. She's overdue, I think, to be women's champion, in my opinion. Let us get into the match that is last on here, but not least. We have an NXT championship match, but it is going to be a backlot brawl. I fear and cringe when I hear those words because I remember the last backlot brawl I saw. Rowdy Piper, Goldust, classic from WrestleMania 12. Lots of play off of things happening in the world with O.J. Simpson. They had a crazy finish to it. If you've never seen it, I will let you watch it on your own. It's WrestleMania 12, though. So we got a backlot brawl for the NXT Championship. The Velveteen Dream versus Adam Cole. Adam Cole has been Mr. 365. He has held the NXT Championship longer than anybody else now, breaking Finn Balor's record. Adam Cole has been walking around on cloud 9 since he's won this. And he puts a stipulation in here. If the Velveteen Dream loses, he can no longer challenge for the NXT Championship while Cole is champion. Chat, is this it? Is this it for Adam Cole's title reign? Is this the end of Adam Cole having this great long title reign in NXT? Or does the Velveteen Dream figure out a way to pull this one out, get the win, and become the champion that a lot of people have wanted to see? And you have to wonder, how will the rest of Undisputed Era play a factor into this? I think they've been telling a long-term story. Remember, Velveteen Dream's back got hurt, and he was out for a little bit of time, and he hasn't really gained back that steam that he had before, that popularity. I don't know what has happened. Maybe it's the amount of time on the shows. I don't know. Something just doesn't feel right with the Velveteen Dream. And maybe it's lack of crowd, too. That could be it. Because the Velveteen Dream, his character work is what I'm interested in the most. He's great in ring, but the character is just excellent when it comes to it. Connor said, if the rumors are true, Adam Cole may be leaving. I don't see him leaving WWE. My personal opinion. They've treated him so well. Why would he go? But maybe he wants to be around his girlfriend. Maybe he wants to be around Britt Baker. Maybe he will go to AEW. I don't know. Gino Morgan TV said, "Hey man, it's been a while since I've seen one of your live streams." What's going on, Gino Morgan? Good to have you in here, bro. Appreciate you taking a second to join the stream. Yeah, we're just talking the main event of the show real quick here. This isn't going to be a long stream either. Tough, man. Cole or Dream. NXT does a good job of making you not know what's going to happen on these shows. And there's usually that one surprise, too. Don't know. Adam Cole will go to Raw or SmackDown, Broken says. Chris Zuba says Velveteen lost the hype with that long injury. Yeah, it sucks when a guy gets injured for that long. You've got Dexter Lumis playing into this as well. I don't know if their relationship was further explained on the show this week, but Dexter Lumis is probably going to have his back, and I feel like someone else is going to have to step in to help the Velveteen Dream here. I'm going to make a wild prediction here, and I'm going to go with the Velveteen Dream is successful. I'm going to say it. Velveteen Dream wins the NXT championship here. I feel like a couple guys are going to get moved up. Undisputed Era, I feel like they've done everything they can do in NXT. That's the problem sometimes when you have like the Evolution style faction. Once you've all won the belts, what's there left for you guys to do? Do it again, and do it again, and do it again. It gets old after a while. So I don't know if just Adam Cole would move up to Raw or SmackDown, or if it's time for the Undisputed Era to go up as a group. I think a faction could really help out on either brand right now. Undisputed Era would give Raw or SmackDown a much needed facelift. As far as Velveteen Dream goes, I think that it's now or never to make him champion. Because if you don't make him champion, who's he going to feud with next? Karrion Kross, maybe? It could be him and Kross for the title. It could be him and Johnny Gargano for a little bit. They have options. Let's see here. Truly the Ace says Adam Cole, baby, always has plans, but if Dream plays his cards right, he could walk out the new NXT champion. Chris Zuba says that he believes Dexter Lumis is going to help the Velveteen Dream win. He could turn on him too. Dexter Lumis has been a very strange character in NXT. The creepy eyes, just everything. He plays that character very well. And I'm so surprised that he went from a guy having like, second, third match on the card to he's helping the Velveteen Dream in main events now. Bean says, I think it's Dream's time, but the match type and stipulation makes me wonder. Should be a good match. I'm with you on that, Beans. That sounds excellent. And guys, I don't want to take up too much more of your time with this. We will have a live review on Sunday. I'm hoping that the curfew stuff is lifted and we'll have Derek on the stream with us to just discuss the show and everything else. We've been working hard, and I thank everybody who came into the chat today just to talk some NXT. I know it's midday. It feels nice, though, to do the podcast midday and just get some extra people in here just to check it out. Appreciate the 15 likes, too. We did an AEW Dynamite review last night. If you guys missed that or if you wanted to hear my thoughts on it, go back and check that out. This Sunday, though, NXT TakeOver in your house. They better have the house there for the entrance ramp. They got to show out for this show. I think we need it for the NXT brand. Show how powerful this brand still is. Rob says Roddy turns on Cole. Oh man, now I gotta definitely check out NXT to see what I missed. Roddy turns on Cole would be different. We need Derek back. You're under a cult spell, Chris. You can't fall for this. Don't let Derek fool you. He's not even here. Look, he's leaving you hanging right now. But thank you guys for joining us on this episode of the podcast. We will be back, like I said, not next week, on Sunday to review NXT TakeOver, and we'll be back next week on Wednesday for an AEW Dynamite review. So, take care, everyone. Be safe. And I look forward to seeing you on Sunday. Peace.
Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson, yes. By the fans, for the fans, not many in this can understand, this the podcast to show you who I am, Conrad Cushman, the legend in the plans, please listen every day to the showcase, the opinions and knowledge that anyone can take, showing you how it is done, proving I am number one, what a legend becomes. This is now my time to show you that I am here. This podcast just to make it loud and clear. By the fans, for the fans, not many who's here can understand everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinion and the lesson, yes. Everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast for the people, the best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin, the opinions, the lesson, yes.
Are you looking for the newest and hottest in the world of pro wrestling? Then check out the amazing action on Powerslam.tv, the biggest indie pro wrestling channel in the world. Get over 6,000 hours of the best events from over 150 of your favorite promotions from 20 different countries around the globe. Brands like Progress Wrestling, Evolve Wrestling, Combat Zone, Defy, PCW Ultra, PWX, Over the Top, Shine, and hundreds of others with fresh content added every day for only $5.99 per month. Get your free trial today at Powerslam.tv.
Everything Pro Wrestling, it's your boys from the Everything College Basketball Podcast and Facebook group. I'm Josh Burton, letting you all know that if you like the college game, that there's only one spot to come find all you need to know.
Yep, Josh, Peyton, and myself, Tyler. We are the three voices of ECB podcast and Facebook group. Peyton, tell them where they can find us and listen to us at.
Well, Tyler, you can find us on Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and all other podcast hosting sites. Also, go join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups like Everything College Basketball. So if you want everything you need to know about the collegiate game or have a passion for it, there's only one spot that you need to check out on a weekly basis or a daily basis with the Facebook group. That's Everything College Basketball. Now let's get back to Conrad informing you on everything pro wrestling and the workings around it.
Brother.